Tell us about the week, Senator, especially those items that were on the floor. A busy week overall.
It certainly was. We're starting to get a few things done. Without a doubt here, things are making it to the floor, so our days are getting longer, as you well know. Before we discuss any of those bills, I want to remind people that this week was a celebration for the great Northwest part of the state. I believe I saw people from every county except for maybe Putnam participate in Great Northwest Days, and that's certainly an important thing for our region to come to the Capitol and visit with legislators. People don't come just visit with Rusty Black. They visit with legislators throughout the Capitol, and it's so important for our region to continue to have that group come down and advocate, and I'm so thankful that they did show up and include me in their celebration. Jumping to some of the bills that we looked at this week, one of the bills that's being discussed, that I did get to see this bill earlier in my political career over in the House, but it's a bill that ties the state unemployment benefits to the state unemployment rate. As unemployment rate goes down, the number of weeks somebody can receive unemployment also goes down. And then as unemployment begins to climb, of course, the provision allows those weeks somebody can receive unemployment benefits to expand or increase as well. And then the other thing, as we discussed before, Senate Appropriations Committee, I try to be busy trying to meet and work with that committee as much as possible. We've been listening to several of the bills from the different departments. And next week, if I remember correctly, Department of Public Safety, National Guard, Department of Social Services, as well as the governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, and I believe our General Assembly budget are up for next week. So we'll be busy in the Appropriations Committee listening to those presentations.
Also got to see one of your measures make it through a committee as well. Tell us about that.
That's right. I was happy to see Senate Bill 75 voted out of committee, and it was turned in to the President Pro Tem today. So hopefully it will end up on the calendar in the near future. Senate Bill 75 deals with the pension system for teachers in our public school system. They're part of what's generally called PSRS, peers, and it works towards the critical teacher shortage that we have throughout the state, but for sure in Northwest Missouri. It has three basic provisions. One of those allows a teacher to receive a little bump on their retirement check if they stay in the classroom for at least a couple extra years. So instead of retiring at what's considered the norm, 30 years, if they will stay until 32, that in turn gives them a little bump on their retirement check when they start receiving it. And of course, that would be benefit if they stay 34 years, 35 years as well. Another part of it deals with something called critical shortage. And that's where a school gets in a position that they cannot replace an instructor in a classroom, and getting that person that is a retired instructor and retired teacher, allow them to come back in the classroom and that person not have to give up their retirement benefits. It may seem a little complicated, but for sure, most people that have made the decision to retire are not going to want to give up those benefits to come in and help a school out no matter how much they want to. And a final part of that bill deals with changing the cap on the amount a retired instructor can receive and go into a non-certified position after they retire. The example I consistently use is a bus driver. Rusty Black, retired ag teacher, decides to drive the bus for one of the local school districts. I am capped at only being able to receive $15,000. If I receive 1 penny above that, then my retirement benefit is all taken away from me at the time I cross that threshold. That $15,000 amount's not enough. So we need to make some adjustment to that. I've been working on that. This will be the third year, I hope, this year. And as you said, this bill made it out. It's really early in the session. So I hope we can be successful getting all these measures passed by the end of the year.